Hello, Miss Nito. This is Mr. Gibson, and I'm going over the problem that you gave me from the homework, the question 3 of 5. It says use the monthly payment formula to answer the question. Round your answers to two decimal places if necessary. A supermarket building was purchased for $465,000. The down payment is 20%. The balance was financed at 5.28% for 28 years. Find the monthly payment. Okay, now this is a long problem, so I am going to have to make this a little smaller, and I'm going to have to expand this as we go along. Okay, now, first things first. This tells us that the building was purchased for $465. Okay, so this would be our principal. Now remember, we're using the monthly formula here. took the liberty of writing it down. And our principal is 465,000. And then here it tells us we have a down payment of 20%. So that means that what we're going to borrow is going to be 20% less than this 465,000. So that means that we could take this 465,000 and multiply it by 80%. And that would give us our new principal. So we're going to multiply that really quick. Let me pull up Desmos so we can multiply this. So pull up Desmos really quick. It's taking a little while to load. All right. So we would take our 465,000 and multiply it by 80%. And now our new principal would be 372,000. That would be our principal. Now, next thing we need is our rate, or the interest rate we're paying. Now, according to this, our interest rate is 5.28%. And when we put in the problem, we'll change it to a decimal, which would be 0.0528. And then our n, which is the number of times that is compounded, we know it'll be 12 because it's monthly. And then the time, we're given a time here by 28 years. Now I know this problem that I'm giving you is slightly different than the one that you sent me, but it's still the same process. We got our principal, we have to take out the down payment. So we know if we'd have paid the whole 465,000, that would have been 100%, but it's 20% less of 100%. So that's how we multiply by 0.80. So if it would have been a 30% down payment, we'd have multiplied it by 0.70. A 10% down payment, we'd have multiplied this by 0.90. So this gives us our new principal. The rate, we know is the interest rate. Like we said here, we take this 5.28%, change it to a decimal. And then n is 12 because we're trying to find a monthly payment. It's only 12 months in a year. And then the t is the time, which is 28 years. So now we go through and substitute. So we will have m is equal to the principal is 372,000. The rate is 0.0528 all over 12 divided by 1 minus 1 plus 0.0528 over 12 to the negative. Now, n is 12 and t is 28. So now we're going to put this all in our calculator. So we're going to go back to Desmos. And we're going to put these values in Desmos. So we had 372,000. And then I hit the division key so we know that we're dealing with a fraction. And then I go back up to the top and we have 0.0528 divided by, oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to do multiplication. It's times 0.0528 divided by 12. Now we go to our denominator. Oh, I added an extra zero here. Supposed to be 372,000. Okay, now in our denominator, we have 1 minus, parenthesis, 1 plus, then 0.0528 divided by 12. Then we hit the arrow to go behind, close that parenthesis. Now we have to take this to the power of, we could put a negative symbol, then a parenthesis, 12 times 28, and close that parenthesis. And it tells us in the problem that we're supposed to round the 2 decimal places. So it'll be $2,122.25 a month. And that is your final answer. So we type that in there, $2,122.25. Check our answer, and it is correct. So we are done. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email me.